This little white lens has been with me since launch day, and months later, it's still one of the best budget primes I've ever used. Now today we're diving into the Viltrox 56mm f1.7 for the Sony E mount and why it might just be your next favorite lens. So let's start with the experience. I pre-ordered the lens when it was announced and paid about $150 back then, and the price has risen slightly, but it's still an amazing value. Now I've used this lens for both my Sony FX30 and A7C II for everything from basketball highlights to personal video to portraits of my kids, and the sharpness wide open at 1.7 is fantastic, and the color rendering and contrast straight out of camera is really solid as well. You're getting a beautiful field of view, and it's equivalent to 85mm full frame, which is pretty much the gold standard for classic portraits, right? But I've used this creatively far beyond just portraits. Let's run through the core specs quickly so you can know exactly what this lens offers. Now the focal length, as I said before, is 56mm, which is again roughly 85mm full frame. Aperture 1.7 to 16. This is a super fast lens for the price. And the construction, or the way that this is built, it has 11 elements and 9 groups, 480 and 3 HR, and there's 9 aperture blades on this. Now the minimal focal distance is 55 centimeters, and that can vary depending on which one of these lenses you end up with. But the filter size is 52mm and the weight is 170 grams. Autofocus has internal STM motors, and then also some more that you need to know about is that this has USB-C firmware upgrades capability, and you'll see that at the bottom of the lens there. And then it also has an anti-fouling coating at the on the glass itself there, so that's something to be aware of as well. Now what sets this lens apart besides image quality, right? It's the air design. Now these lenses, if you're unfamiliar with the air design is Viltrox. Is it Viltrox? It's their set of lenses that are all the same size, same body, slightly different weights sometimes, but same body, different focal length. And so these are the 3 that I have, and I have 56 we're talking about, the 25, this one's 20, no, this one's the 20, and then you see and then the 25, right? So I have 3 of them. So they're the exact same size and weight and build. And what makes that nice is that if you're shooting on a gimbal, this is a dream, right? I can basically take these in and out, I can basically take these in and out, the 25, the 20, 56, see, it's hard. 56, 25, and 20, I can switch them all out without having to rebalance my gimbal, which is a perfect situation when you're on a shoot. So being able to go back and forth without having to redo that allows you to switch back and forth quickly and efficiently, save time. Time is money when you're shooting something. But also, they also share the exact same thread. So I said I'll come back to that. They're all 52mm threads in the front. So I can take a lens filter. This is a variable ND and CPL combination. I can take this and I can sit it on all of these. Again, it's that same situation where I don't have to have take the lens hood off, make it easier. I don't have to have different filters for each lens at different focal lengths. So no matter what lens I'm using at the time, it's a quick switch to take it off the gimbal or off the camera and then switch the filter if I'm shooting outside. And the white version, to me, this setup, this look, this two-tone kind of black and white look right there is just super clean. Like, I want more of these white lenses. Like when the 40mm came out, I was like, I'm gonna buy it, but I'm gonna wait for the 40 to come out in white so it can match my 56, and that hasn't come out yet. But I do like this little light white version, especially when I finally get my ZV-E1. I'm just waiting to see if the Mark II is gonna come out next year, but I like this white version because then I can pair it with my ZV-E1 Mark II. Hopefully it comes out in white as well, and then it'll all look good together. So at around $180 today, the Viltrox, this thing punches well above its weight. I mean, you get a super fast aperture, quiet autofocus, and beautiful results. And that's crazy to think that under $200 you can get something this crispy, this nice. And again, this isn't just a portrait lens, right? I know we're, prime lens, portrait, 85 millimeter. It's not just that. I've used it for cinematic B-roll. I've actually also used it for sports, which is crazy because sometimes in the gym, if you have a long focal length, when you're sitting courtside or underneath the basket, sometimes that's too long. And so I sometimes throw this on when I'm on the sidelines or when I'm kind of 45 degrees from the basket and things like that. I'm kind of following people to the basket, especially because I shoot vertical for Instagram. Like when I'm shooting those videos, it's for vertical content. And so this is just a good focal length to have. And so believe it or not, I've actually used this a lot in basketball. And then from there, I use it for personal lifestyle, like, portraits of my kids, video of my kids, the dogs, it really adapts to whatever you throw at it because it's such a nice lens. And I'm not doing all of the charts and graphs and all of those different things because it's $200, right? You're gonna get what you paid for. Of course, there's some lenses out there that are more expensive that we can talk about from a 56 millimeter standpoint. I'll get to a quick list of its comparisons in a second. But this is why I keep adding Viltrox lenses to my kit. I own 6 of them. I got 3 of them for Fuji, and I now have 3 of them for Sony. And I'm gonna be adding more of these for Sony as well. And they've all performed amazingly well. And let me know in the comment section if you wanna see reviews on the other ones that I have as well. So getting back to the comparisons, this is something super interesting. On B&H Photo, the Viltrox 56 millimeter is ranked number 5 among top rated Sony APS-C 56 millimeter lenses. So what's above it? I'm gonna put a chart up and you can take a look at them and all of their stats. And then you let me know, all 4 of those lenses are technically faster than this Viltrox, but are they worth the extra price, size, and weight? That's really for you to decide, and I'll put the links to those in the description below in case you want to go check those out as well. But if you've used any of these, especially if you've tried more than one, drop a comment below and let us know which one ranks highest for you, and would you pay more? And obviously if you have multiple, you paid more, but would you suggest that somebody else pays more for that extra stop of light, right? Going from 1.7 to 1.2 on some of those. So for me, the Viltrox 56 millimeter f1.7 continues to deliver. It's compact, it's consistent, and it fits perfectly into a creator workflow. Like whether you're doing client work or building your portfolio, like Viltrox has been a quiet powerhouse in the lens world, and I'll keep using their glass as long as they keep making them this good. And if you've got another Viltrox lens you love, and you recommend it, put it in the comment section below, and I might feature it again, like I said, next on one of another dedicated video. But as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.